Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to Fultondale, Alabama on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. The temps are about 66 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, as we get ready to have a wonderful contest, if you will, between the Bama Bad Boys and the Force. Now, as we take a look at the field, you can see the teams are getting ready to go. And we just want to talk a little bit about the Elite American Football League. Their mission is to provide a platform built on discipline, structure, fairness, and opportunity for all. And their vision is to lead the way in its ideas and partnerships to provide the best possible football available. And they look to lead the way in adult amateur football across the nation by upholding a standard that will be hard to match. And looking at what I've seen thus far this season, that's exactly what is happening. They value collaboration, responsibility, open dialogue, and empowerment. The officials are on the field, and they're looking to get this contest started real soon. Now, the Force come in undefeated. They came off of a tough contest out of Atlanta, and they won that 10-7, a defensive slog, if you will. And they had their work cut out for them. So they're looking to make sure they stay on track in today's contest. Now, the Bad Boys are undefeated, but as they always say, any given Saturday, any given Sunday, any day of the week. So you don't want to take those guys lightly simply because they haven't won a contest. Now, what is interesting about this game is that these teams joined Elite American Football League starting actually in 2023, and this is their first season of play. So the EAFL comprised of teams primarily from Georgia and Florida and have expanded, and they have 9 teams in the state of Alabama. So the growth for the league has been phenomenal, and it looks like they're going to continue to do that as they continue to grow. Their first year in operation was 2022. They had 21 teams, and they went to 40 teams as of 2024. So there's a lot of opportunity for the guys who want to continue to play the game and have a love for the sport. And it looks like the captains are getting ready for the toss. Coach is out there with them. They may be discussing the number of players that the Bad Boys have fielded today. And that is something to be discussed. Based on the count that I see 5, 9, 10, so they are right at 11. And, we're going to go to a commercial break. This is going to take a few minutes trying to see what's going to happen here. Okay, we're back from the break. It looks like they've got everything sorted out. Now the Bad Boys, by my count, have 15 players here today. And if you look at the Forces, you got to do is look at the sideline. You understand that they're going to be able to rotate players in and out and keep everybody fresh. That's that immediate advantage for the Force. So this contest will be interesting because, as they say, they who stay the most fit last the longest. So we'll see how this is going to shake out. And the Force is getting out onto the field. Now, it is a bit windy today. We have some gusty winds. Don't know how that's going to affect special teams play as we get into the contest. And it looks like, okay, now the captains are taking the field. Number 58, Andrew Siegworth. That looks like number 1, Jaquan Franklin. number 4, Dwayne Walton. And that appears to be number 14, Kendrick Davis, as the captains for the Bad Boys. For the Force, you've got number 13, LaTravion Armstrong, number 9, Allen Robertson, number 8, Lafayette Ragland, and that looks like number 4, and that is Rashad Louis, I believe, along with number 1, Thomas Sims. I'm trying to make out the other one. Sometimes those jerseys get folded up and you can't tell who's who. So that is, yep, I believe I got them all. That is Lafayette Ragland, number 8 as well. So they're trying to sort out which way they're going to go. Now, if you're looking at the cat on the field, the cat is facing west. So it looks like the Force will be defending the east end zone. And the Bad Boys will be defending the west. And looking at the wide shot here, the Force is ready to go. They appear energized. Now the Bad Boys arrived a little late, so they really haven't had a chance to warm up and stretch as the Force did. The Force were out here at about 2 hours prior to kickoff, so they were really able to run through some drills, get stretched out, your typical pregame activities, and that's going to be an advantage for them as they get going. So the Force will be kicking off to the Bad Boys. And the officials are getting in place. If you can see on the screen, the camera is kind of tilted. Yeah, if you can look, you can see the bleachers across the other side. We're out of level. And the Bama Bad Boys are going to be receiving. Back deep to receive, number 4, Dwayne Walton. He's back there with number 23, Rashad Harley Sr. And number 3, Devin Spencer. Handling the chores is number 19, and that is Ladarius Carr, who kicks it off. And that one's going to take a bounce right at the 15. And on the return is number 23. He's going to be tripped up right around the 27-yard line by number 20, Dominique Felton. Harley with a nice return, getting it near to 30. As we get set for the first offensive drive of the contest. Wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything here. The ball is going to be spotted right at the 29-yard line. the bad boys talking about the play they want to run. That huddle was a little long here. So the Bama boys are getting ready. Number 9 in shotgun formation. That is Ray Lane. There's the toss to number 4, but he is going to be brought down quickly. Walton, the ball carrier, is going to be wrapped up in short order. I think the first one in there was number 9, and that is Allen Robertson. Loss of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Bama boys. That ball's going to go back to the 24-yard line. The Force known for having an aggressive defense. It'll be interesting to see how they operate in today's contest. So we're back in shotgun formation. 2 receivers wide. We've got 2 men in the backfield. Definitely a running play from what we can see. There's the give, and here comes the blitz. Nothing happening on that play right there. That is number 33 for the Force. That is Trey Hayes going back there and getting them some. They read that play correctly, and additional loss of yardage puts it inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. Surely a pass play is coming up right now. And it is 3rd about 24. Single man in the backfield. And we have a flag, and we got an offsides. That's going to go against the Force. And no doubt the Bama boys needed the yardage. So with the penalty, that'll put it at the 22-yard line. And with that, it'll be 3rd, and that'll be 3rd and 17. I would not be surprised to see the Force blitz here. So we got a single man in the backfield. And that snap gets away. QB has no choice but to run it, tries to make something happen, and he's going to be brought down. Number 37, Battle, is going to bring him down. And that's going to bring up 4th down. The ball goes back to the 18-yard line. So to the folks watching online, make sure you like and share. And a strange turn of events. Trying to figure out what's going to happen here. Here comes the punt. Barely gets it off. And that's going to take a bounce. It just goes dead. Right around the 40-yard line. Back deep to receive, number 6. I believe that is Bewan Clack. So the Force getting ready to start with a short field. Now, trying to check the back of those jerseys with the names on them, because we do have some that have multiple names. We want to make sure we get it right. So the Force has the ball. It is spotted at the 39-yard line. So we got shotgun formation. There's the snap. A quick release. And that one is going to be caught. It'll result of a first down. Number 7 on the stop, and that is Jalen Page. The receiver, that appears to be Kwesi Pollitt. Force looking to go into the end zone, and that one's going to be overthrown. A little bit of up-tempo action on that play. Louis, the quarterback, and I stand corrected, number 5 is Steven Starks. That is Steven Starks who had the previous reception. Nonetheless, it is 2nd and 10. The ball at the 23-yard line. And there's a handoff. And number 23 grabbed some bus fare along the way, taking a few folks for a ride. And that is a big boy. I think that was Rob Johnson. There's the pass right there. And that is a touchdown for the Force. Number 17 with the reception. And that is Darren Clark. I think that was Rob Johnson. There's the pass right there. The Force running up tempo. So they know the play before the next play. And we got to keep up with them as well. Clark with the hold. Number 19 with the kicking chores. And we have a flag on the field. So we've got an offsides against the Bama boys. Young back to kick it. Half the distance to the goal. Doesn't give you a whole lot of help. It's up, it's through. And the Force go up 7-0 with 9:29 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
You can live a pain-free life. At M3, we help you move well, live well, and do amazing things.
All right, we're back. And just like that, the Force go right down, take advantage of the short field. We'll see what the Bama boys come up with. The last thing you want to do is get down and have to play behind to the Force. If they get on you, they're going to stay on you. And it is tough sledding if you get down by 2 scores or more. Looks like the wind is going to take advantage of that one, and Young is going to have to go and reset that ball. He might need to have somebody hold it for him. It is breezy out there. And Briscoe comes out to find out if he needs the assist. Same 3 back deep to receive that started the contest, and that's a short kick. That takes a bounce to number 7. He's going to return it, running to his right, pointing to his blockers to give him some help, and he's going to go out of bounds around the 43, 44-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Number 7, Jalen Page on the return before going out of bounds. And I guess he stuck his hand out or something. That is a generous spot. But I don't wear the stripes. The guys down on the field do. Nonetheless, it's 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. So the boys are going to try to get something going. In that first drive, the defense spent a lot of time in the backfield. The boys are going to have to tighten up that blocking. Walton getting his players in position. Flag on the field, and we have offsides once again. The Force is trying to say that they were drawn offsides. So with that call, it'll be 1st and 5 from the 50 for the boys. Number 9, Robertson, coming off the field. Shotgun formation. 3 men in the backfield. Try a little misdirection. Almost loses the handoff. And the Force, once again, renting space in the backfield. Hayes wrapping him up. Sims bringing pressure and getting a piece of it as well for the Force. Loss of 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the boys. The Force, known for their defense. Remember, they just came off of a defensive slog in Georgia against a very good Atlanta team. Low snap, there's the pass, and that one is nearly picked off. Franklin looking for a flag, but he's not going to get one. The intended receiver, number 1, Franklin, for the boys, and that'll bring up 3rd down as the pass falls incomplete. Now, for y'all watching out there, you see those players rotating in and out for the Force. That goes back to what I was saying earlier about the roster size and the advantages of being able to rotate your players and keeping them fresh. The boys looking to get an extra set of downs. The key is going to be how much protection can the quarterback get. Low snap, fakes the toss. Sims back there after him in pursuit. And ultimately, number 37 is going to get him. So there's that. Austin Kamey. That is Battle. And we have a flag on the field. Didn't quite get the call. We'll see what the white hat says. Personal foul. And that is a horse collar. So that will net the boys a 1st down. And the sticks move inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. So Battle with the horse collar call going against him. The boys getting some new life with a fresh set of downs. There's the snap. Number 4 has it, looking for an open man, throws the pass, caught by number 23, and he's going to be wrapped up by number 10 of the Force. And 10 is still on the ground. May have gotten a little bit of wind knocked out of him. That is Gerald Mason. Number 23, Harley with the reception. Loss of yards on the play will make it 2nd and 12 with the ball at the 39-yard line. We're 6:24 remaining in the first quarter. Game has definitely slowed down a bit from the start. Quarterback looking for room, tries to put it up, fakes the toss, and he's going to scamper out of bounds inside the 40, maybe. Nope. He's going to be out of bounds at the 42. Walton finding no room. So with that, it'll be 3rd and 15 for the boys. The Force defense not allowing any room to breathe. They're back there having a discussion in the huddle, trying to figure out how to slow that Force defense down. Walton getting his players set. Interesting call here. And we have a flag on the field. And that one's going to go against the boys. So that false start cost them 5. The ball goes to the 47-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 20. The boys catching a break with the horse collar penalty, but have gone backwards since. Trying to find some sort of answer to get things going. Walton looking for the open man, and it's going to be dropped by number 23, Harley. And that's going to bring up 4th down. The Force defense answering the bell once again, and the boys just trying to figure out how to get something to work. So back deep for the Force. Now the last punt, it seemed like there was some kind of shenanigans. I couldn't tell you what was going on. Well, it looks like Watkins and Clack are back deep for the Force. And a huge error by the boys. That punt doesn't get off. And the Force are going to start with another short field at the 40-yard line. Now, let's keep in mind they are already playing up-tempo. We're not even out the first quarter yet. Force up 7-0. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with. That's a false start, and that is absolutely against the Force. Trying to run that up-tempo, sometimes you end up shooting yourself in the toe, trying to maintain that pace. Here's a quick release, and that ball is going to be dropped. Starks, the intended receiver, and he pats himself on the chest, says that's my fault. So It'll be 2nd and 15 from the 45-yard line. Boys showing blitz. Number 52 looking to get back there. And that pass is on a rope going to number 12. And that is Christian Briscoe. That's going to result in the first down. That ball is going to go to the 24-yard line. Shotgun formation. 3 wide. Number 24 carrying the load, looking for some room. Gets inside the 20 before he's brought down. We'll see where the official spot is. Number 24, Ty Duncan, carrying the load, gets a solid gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Force. Ball is spotted right at the 20. And there's the reverse. The give to number 1. Number 1 working his way around the edge, and that is Sims. He's going to be bumped out of bounds. He's going to get inside the 10, gets to the 8-yard line. Force maintaining the tempo. Clock continues to run. Officials calling them to keep it going. Number 24 looking for room inside again. And just about everyone from the Bama boys has to work to bring them down at the 1-yard line. Number 24, Ty Duncan, getting it done once again. It's going to be 2nd and goal to go. And this time, number 4 stretches his arm out, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Force. Rashad Louis with the touchdown. Number 24, Ty Duncan, getting it done once again. It's going to be 2nd and goal to go. And this time, number 4. So the Force get on the board once again. Rashad Louis stretching that arm out to break the plane. So Clark will have the hold. As we get set for the PAT, and there's the kick. And it splits the uprights. And it is good. Young tacking on the points with 3:02 remaining in the first quarter. It is 14-0. The Force leading the Bama boys. And we'll be right back.
Vegas has become one of America's fastest growing cities. Carson Rd Animal Hospital welcomes anyone who is committed to practicing the best veterinary medicine. We hold ourselves to the highest of medical standards and remain accountable for ensuring that clients and their pets receive optimal service and care. Visit our website at annroadah.com and apply today.
All right, we're back. The Force running up tempo are leading 14-0 over the Bama boys. And that ball is not wanting to stay on the tee. Now the last kick was short, and the Force's defense has effectively shut down the Bama boys. So we'll see what they come up with on this next drive, and now they do the onside kick. And that one's going to be recovered by Kenneth McCray at the 50-yard line. You would imagine on this next drive that the boys want to come away with some points before the first quarter ends. But it has been a rough go. And we have a timeout on the field by the Bama boys. So we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back. All right, we are coming back out of the timeout. The officials have blown the whistle, signaling that it is time to get back to work. The Bama boys are trying to figure it out. And, you know, you got to be honest with yourself. When you can't move players in and out like the Force are, staying fresh, this is going to be a tough slog for this contest. The upshot is that it's effectively air conditioned outside, so that will help some. But their endurance is definitely going to be tested. They're already down 14-0, shotgun formation, 2 men in the backfield. There's some miscommunication on the exchange, but they make something happen anyway to avoid a loss of yardage. They're going to get a gain of 1. Number 14, I think that was Kendrick Davis, coming out of the bottom of the pile. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the boys. And it's kind of, if I'm looking at this correct, that might be the first positive gain thus far in the contest outside of the penalties. So let's see what happens here. Hand off to big number 45, and he's going to be knocked down immediately by number 9. Allen Robertson with the stop. Number 45, Satero Hardy, the ball carrier, and that looked like the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Nonetheless, loss of a yard on the play results in 3rd and 10 for the boys. The ball at the 50-yard line. I fully expect the Force to come out here blitzing. They've pretty much had the Bama boys receivers covered up thus far in the game. So a single man in the backfield, everybody else out, and that one hits him in the knee. And once again, miscues come into play, and only a yard is gained. So Davis not able to handle a snap, and that's going to result in another 4th down. And one way or the other, these guys have got to find a way to get it going. So the usual suspects back there deep for the Force, but you got a guy at the midpoint. Number 1, Thomas Sims. And there's the punt. Force on the return, looking for some room, zips back to his left, still on his feet, puts on the move, still going, Hadn't been stopped yet. And he's going to be stopped at the 50-yard line. Number 6 on the return for the force before he's stopped by a number of Bama Boys defenders. So Elam on the return. And we'll see if the force elects to slow it down, or are they going to remain up tempo? Shotgun formation, 5 wide, single man in the backfield. And there's the handoff. And there was a collision down there somewhere. I almost want to call the State Patrol. Number 3 just, I guess the word is truck his way through. And that's the end of the first quarter. The sticks are going to move. It's going to be a first down ball at the 38-yard line. And we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Vegas has become one of America's fastest growing cities. Rd Animal Hospital welcomes anyone who is committed to practicing the best veterinary medicine. We hold ourselves to the highest of medical standards and remain accountable for ensuring that clients and their pets receive optimal service and care. Visit our website at annroadah.com and apply today.
All right, I'm trying to figure out who that number 3 was because I've got 2 number 3s on the roster. Trying to see the name on the back of the jersey through the hair. Either way, it doesn't matter. All you want is the tag number of that vehicle that led to that first down. And number 3 is in the backfield once again. And that is some beef back there. Force has the ball. There's the handoff. Nope, he fakes it. Number 13 puts it in the air, has the open man. It's going to be picked off. And he is just going to walk it. So let's see. He was dragged into the end zone. Let's see if they give him a touchback. I don't know. Nope, they're going to put it at the 1. Well, the pass is intercepted by the boys, so a nice defensive play. However, they are going to start this offensive series from the 1-yard line. Now, the way the Force's defense has been playing, I promise you they're thinking safety. There is no mystery to that. I am really surprised to see that they're going to go 3 wide. And they're going to go 3 wide to their left. Single man to the left. And the officials are commenting. I think there's somebody down there on that part of the field near the sleds. And it looks like we had a substitution timeout that may have been called. That's exactly what that was. Now, this makes absolutely zero sense to me. You're going to go 4 wide. So if you're looking at the screen, you got 3 high, 1 down low. And it doesn't seem like the boys can get it together. So too many men on the field. But this is not going to be pretty. And he throws it out. And it's caught in the end zone. So they're going to call, yep, there's the safety. Ball goes out of bounds. Boys trying to make something happen. So that is going to be 2 points tacked on to the 14 the Force already had. And they have to kick the ball to them. So not only do the boys give up 2 points due to the safety, they now can either choose to kick or punt the ball to the Force. My word. So the safety was absolutely called, looked like, by the line judge. So they've discussed it, and it's an incomplete pass now at this point. There was a safety initially called. Now the scoreboard still shows 16-0. So we're going to have a scoring correction that needs to happen. And that has been fixed. A lot of discussion on that play. Now from my vantage point, I thought that was a safety myself. Nonetheless, here come the Force. There's the pass. Out quickly. And it is caught. It is caught. And the boys have got a fresh set of downs and some new life breathed into them. Number 4, Dwayne Walton with the reception. And the Force, believing they had the safety before, that call is reversed, and the boys have a first down at the 42-yard line. That has been the biggest play of the game thus far for the boys. So possibly, maybe, they found a matchup that they like. We'll see what the boys do next. Shotgun formation, 2 high, 1 low. Looks for some room. Steps out of the pocket, steps up for a positive gain. And the chains move the wrong way as they get that fixed. So it's a gain of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the boys. Davis trying to make lemonade out of the lemons when he comes under pressure. Keeps the positive yardage going. 2 men in the backfield, 2 high, 1 low. As receivers direct snap to number 9. There is a flag on the field. And we have a false start against the boys. So that one will cost them 5 yards, and as a result of the penalty, it'll be 2nd and 11. So looking at the way the sticks were set before, apparently it was 2nd and 6, and now it is 2nd and 11 as a result of the penalty. 12:44 remaining in the first half of play. Boys looking to keep the momentum going. Low snap. Gets blocked by his own man, and he's going to be brought down for a loss by a double lot. Kendrick Davis trying to get away. And he's going to be caught from behind for the sack. So it's going to be 3rd and long now for the boys. As they try to figure out what the answer, and that is Brooks. That ran him down. So it is 3rd and 20. The ball was at the 31-yard line. And this is going to be a critical play after all of the positive things. And there's a flag on the field. False start once again, and this is going to be 3rd and 25. That ball is going to go to the 26-yard line. The boys facing certain doom in the shadow of their own end zone manages to get off quite the play to Dwayne Walton, and they have moved backwards ever since. And I tell you, they have got to be asking themselves, they have shown that they are able to do a few things here and there, but they have not been able to put anything together thus far in the contest. That ball is tipped and is going to fall incomplete right about the 36, 37-yard line. So that brings up 4th down. I believe that might be Watkins back deep to receive. Like I said, I've got 2 zeros on the roster. I note that correct. That might be Beard. It's a high punt. And that takes a short bounce, and the Force is going to return it. They have some room on the sideline. Tries to cut it back inside before he bounces outside. And that is Sims. And they caught the boys sleeping, thinking that was surely going to be down, but that is not the case. And once again, the Force has a short field to play with. Special teams has not been kind to the boys either, with the Force having short field position, well, the entirety of the contest thus far. And we're at 10:45 remaining in the first half. So the Force starts this drive from the 34. Quick release, quick pass. The receiver stays up. And that is Darren Clark. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 18. So as the officials get set, they get the sticks moved. Clock continuing to run. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. So we've got 4 wide, 3 high, 1 low. I'll make that 5 wide, 3 high, 2 low. Empty backfield. Man is open. Gets the grab before he hits the ground. He's claiming touchdown, but they're going to say he's down at around the 1. Nope, they're going to say touchdown. So the Force tack some more on the board. As they come out for the PAT. Number 7, Max Square with the reception. I said it earlier. It is tough sledding going down 2 touchdowns, but now they are down 3. So Young back to handle the PAT chores. And there's a fake. Clark scampers in just inside the pylon, and that is going to add 2 points. So the Force piling it on. It's getting to be at the point where, well, let's see what we can do and let's see what we can play with. 9:57 remaining in the second quarter. And this looks to be a long day for the Bama boys. We'll have to see how the rest of this goes. You know, I called a football game, and it was a high school one. Some of y'all watching may be aware of that. And, hey, by the way, for those of you guys who are watching on all the social media platforms we're broadcasting on, Moxie Media Group wants you to hit that like button, ring that bell, do all of that. Let us know you're here. Let us hear your comments. We want to get better for you all out there watching the games, because it's about you, the fans. But nonetheless, the last game that I called that it looked like it was starting to go like this, I was actually counting cars racing up and down the highway. Now, I don't have that luxury here in Fultondale. But I can tell you the boys have got to be wondering what they can do. So we've got 3 back deep. And that is Spencer Walton and Harley. And they're trying to find a little bit of room. Nice return. At the bottom of the pile is Felton. Page, the ball carrier, on the return. Does a nice job of setting up good field position for the Bama boys. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 9:49 remaining in the first half. Now, one of the things you want to watch for in these contests is see which players are putting their hands on their hips. Usually it's a sign of them getting tired, getting exhausted. And to the credit of the Bama boys, I haven't seen that yet. So I don't think it's a matter of being worn down versus simply being outplayed in today's contest. So we got 3 wide, 2 men in the backfield, trying to get some blocking help. Number 9 stays on his feet, loses his helmet, and that comes off Lane, the ball carrier. And that might be a targeting call. There was a crash bang on that play. We'll see what the white hat gives us. Right now, it stands as a 7-yard gain. And we'll know what's going to happen. Personal foul. Yep, that is a targeting call. And an ejection. Number 3 for the Force, and that is Justin. Let's see. Let me make sure I get that jersey number right. So 15, the ejection on the targeting call. And his teammates are talking to him. They're encouraging him. They're letting him know, hey, you just laid a lick. And you got to keep your head up. Can't say it was because of the sun, so number 3 gets to take a powder. And it is 1st and 10 from the 34. And they put up a duck in the air, and that one nearly picked off, but it's out of bounds. That ball wobbling out of the hands of the quarterback. Now to bring up 2nd down. So the Bama boys trying to get anything going. They've had a couple of significant penalties during the game that you would have expected would create some opportunities. They had a huge pass reception, getting them out of the jam in the shadow of their own end zone, but they haven't really been able to do anything. Another low snap. And you just got to wonder, is anything going to work? Number 9, Roberson, snuffing that one out. And I tell you, that big guy right there, I wouldn't want to get in a fight with him over a Easter ham. That is a big man right there, but he is moving like lightning and has been wreaking havoc for the Bama boys the entire contest. So they look to put it in the air again and don't have an open man. Tries to run it. Gonna lose yardage. Lane with nowhere to go. And I see another with powder blue jerseys back there, including the big man I mentioned earlier, Roberson. So the clock continues to run. And it is going to be 4th down. The ball is going to be spotted at the 39-yard line. So it's 4th and 15. As they try to figure out what they're going to do next. And they're going to go for it. So here we go. There's a quick pass. It's up and incomplete. The intended receiver, number 14, Kendrick Davis, he was bracketed, so really had nowhere to go. Number 21, Rashad Clark, had him tied up. So as a result, the ball is going to be turned over on downs. So let's see what the force is going to do. And I believe that the ejection was Jeremiah Marbury. He's got a nickname on the back of his jersey. I think I got that name right because we got 2 number 3s on the roster. Nonetheless, the force back under center. There's the toss. There's the pass by number 4. And the receiver has it go in and out of his hands. He puts his finger up. He knows that's on him. A little flea flicker action. Now it's Lipinski. Now supposed to grab that one. The toss back to Louis. And that'll bring up second down. Ball is at the 39-yard line. So the Force trying a little razzle-dazzle. Number 13 takes a snap, gets the quick pass out to number 6. He's going to be brought down by number 14. It is complete, and he's going to get to the 46-yard line. And that is Clack with the reception. And number 13, Latravion Armstrong with the pass. It'll be 3rd and 3, gain of 7 on the play. Armstrong back, throws it up. And that pass is going to be out of bounds. There is a flag, so that is an interference call. That is going to be coming. Now the ball is coming all the way back, so that's going to be on the defense. So it'll result in a fresh set of downs for the Force. Last thing that the boys want to give them is a fresh set of downs. The ball is going to be spotted at the 44-yard line. Armstrong gets the snap, makes the handoff to number 24 before he's met by a couple of boys' defenders. Number 45, Sotero Hardy with the tackle. Gain of about 4 on the play will bring up second down. Ball is at the 40-yard line. And that play is going to be blown dead. So, and looks to be offsides, given the way they're facing the defense. Nope. Maybe they had too many men on the field. They have an illegal procedure. So that'll make it 2nd and 1. So Armstrong back there at quarterback. Number 4 goes into motion, goes look for the open man. One-handed catch, pardon me, by Louis. And let's see, that's going to be interesting. Yep, it is going to move the sticks. They're going to say he got just enough for a first. And the ball is going to be spotted at the 34-yard line. Number 59, Jones, comes in for the Force. And that is, I believe that's Donovan Jones. Have a flag on the play, I believe. Yep, we do. So we have a false start. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Force. 4:30 remaining in the first half as the sun begins to set and puts the shadows onto the field. Ball gets away from Armstrong, and Armstrong tries to make a move and loses his footing. Huge loss of yardage. And that ball is going to go all the way back to the 41 of the Force. And let's see, I'm going to have to get my abacus out to count the yardage here. Yeah, I'm looking at a 2nd and 34. But wait a minute. A big chunk of that is brought back. Number 24, the ball carrier, and that is Ty Dunklin. And he bowls his way for a huge chunk of it back. So that'll bring up 3rd down. And I guess the way the Force has been playing, they see this as a manageable 17. So, well, we'll see. It's at the 41-yard line. So let's see what the Force does. So we're 4 wide, single man in the backfield. Armstrong back to pass, has the open man, and he snatches it. And that one is going to go to the house. Rashad Louis getting it on the rope. Let's see that replay, folks. Good coverage on the play. Armstrong puts it on a rope to Louis. The defender goes down, and there's nobody back there to help. And that is the end on that play. 2:37 remaining in the first half. Now keep in mind, when you see that 28 on the scoreboard, at one time there was a safety. They're a little early, but it was called back, so it should be 27-0 right now, pending the PAT. No, pardon me, they did have a 2-point conversion, so I stand corrected. They did get the 2-point conversion, so this PAT will make it 29, and it will. So with 2:37 remaining in the first half, it's 29-0. The Force over the Bama boys. We're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
You can live a pain-free life. At M3, we help you move well, live well, and do amazing things.
All right, we're back as the Force gets set to kick off. 29-0, and we're not out of the first half. And depending on how this this series here goes, the Force could have the ball once again before the end of the half. And there's the kick by the Force. Number 7 on the return, that's Page. Trying to find some room before he's brought down by a number of Force defenders. Coming up out of the bottom is number 20, Felton, finishing off the work. And they're going to get to the, looks to be the 33-yard line to start this drive. the biggest thing thus far is not whether the boys have the capability of actually moving the ball. The biggest thing is the play of the offensive line and their blocking to create those opportunities. They have shown that if you can give the quarterback just enough time, he can either find that lane or find the receiver, but they just haven't been able to glue it all together and make it stick. So we'll see how they treat this drive as we start to wind down the first half of play. The main thing that's kept this thing slowed down is either penalties or timeouts. Otherwise, we could be very well into the third quarter by now. So shotgun formation. Quick release. The pass is caught by number 6. He's going to be met by comes loose, and it is recovered by the Force. Number 21 getting on it, and that is Clark. Was it just a few minutes ago that I said if the Force gets the ball once again before the end of the half? Well, there you have it, people. Just like that. Bouye with the reception, and he's going to get popped by number 10, Mason. Ball comes loose, and the Force have it once again. So let's see what the Force does on this play here. Louis with the pass to number 6. It is complete. No penalties on the play. It gets just about to the 20-yard line. Clack with the reception. Another first down for the Force. Louis with the give to number 3. Big number 3 taking number 58 for a ride. Sedgeworth with the tackle. We have a flag on the field. So we have another illegal procedure penalty against the boys. So now first and goal to go. And that one's blown dead. False start against the Force. And I tell you, I look at the Force, and they got a lot of beef up front. So Louis at quarterback. There's the give to number 3. Number 3 running and bowling his way, and he's going to be brought down by his locks, practically. But that is completely legal. That does not count as a horse collar. Lassiter ultimately finishing the work. And you could tell he's upset about it. They have had that issue in the NFL and the college ranks. And that is Justin Ellis. That ball is in the air, and it's going to fall incomplete. Number 7 defending, and that is Jalen Page, the intended receiver. I believe that is not Lipinski. Got those multiple number 11s on the roster again. Let me double check myself here. Nope, it is Lipinski. I was right. So that'll bring up third down. Louis looking for the open man, and it is nearly picked off by Kendrick Davis. He has got to be banging his head right now because there was nobody in front of him. If he'd have picked it off, he was going to the house possibly. So that will bring up fourth down. And the force is calling for the field goal unit. And, you know, if you're going to put in some work on special teams, this is about as good a day as any to do it. Wind blowing pretty much east. With gusts around 15 miles or so per hour, you can see if you could see the tops of the trees like we can, they've got a lot of sway to them. So Young is going to give it a try, and this is not an ordinary PAT. He's going to have to put a little oomph into this one to work against that wind. And there's the hole, there's the give, and there's the wind. And that is that. So that one is no good. 31 seconds remaining in the first half. So in summary, I mean, it has been all force the entire contest. Defensive line play versus offensive line play is the story of the game. The advantage clearly going to the force. The boys showing potential at times to do those great things, but have not been able to put the pieces together back to back to back. So they'll start this drive from the 20-yard line to try to make something happen, hopefully, before the end of the first half. We'll see where it goes. And number 9 is going to be brought down quickly. That is Lane. And guess who's back there? Big Robertson, number 9. Big Robertson, pardon me, number 9. I think I've been saying Robertson the whole game, but it is Robertson. So please forgive me for that. And I'll tell you, they just have not, it's been, loss of yardage against loss of yardage. And I'm not sure how the math will work out at the end of the game because they have had a couple of really nice positive plays. But there have been a number of them that have resulted in a loss of yardage. Hit a 2nd and 12 with the ball at the 18. 19 seconds left on the clock for the first half. And that pass is tipped and intercepted. And is stripped, but the Force get on top of it. Number 58, Andrew Sigsworth, stripped it. But it is quickly recovered by Clark. Ten seconds remaining in the first half. So let's see if the Force elects to just run it, or are they going to put it in the air? Interesting to see what happens here. So number 14 under center now. Puts it in the air to number 12, and that one's probably going to do it for the first half, folks. Yep. That'll do it for the first half. The Force lead 29-0 as we get ready to go to halftime. Wait a minute. So apparently a timeout was called. They're going to put 2 seconds back on the clock. You see he's holding up 3 fingers. So they put 3 seconds back on the clock. So the Force want to try that kicking into the wind again. Let's see. And that one has enough leg, and it is good. So the Force will close the half with a 32-0 lead. And as we get ready to go to halftime, we'll be back with you shortly and recap the first half of play. All right, Coach Jones, how's it going?
I can barely hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Well, we always have technical difficulties. That's what happens with all this fun technology we have nowadays, right?
I can't hear. I couldn't hear.
Can't hear him.
He ain't gonna record it, so he's
We're going to go to commercial. We'll try to get that for you later on. we have had a whale of a contest, and I'm going to put my glasses on here because, I'm kind of old like that. Now, the Forest was 14-1 last year, and they won their championship. And we're getting ready to kick off, and there it is. So on the return is number 0. And a big stick by number 57, Kenneth McRae of the Bama boys. But the Forest in 2023, they were the champions of their league, and they won the National Bowl, the Sunshine 3A National Bowl. So it's not a surprise that the Forest is doing what they're doing. Right now they're 3-0 in EAFL, and they played in the Sunshine Dirty Bowl, and they're 1-0. So it's not a surprise what we're seeing here. So this time the Force is actually going east. And, this is going to be their 40th win as an organization if all holds together. So there's that as well. And if they go undefeated, it could be their 50th win in this very season. So it looks like they're adjusting the spot of the ball to the 32-yard line. And let's see if they got it sorted out. Now, of course, with any league merges, you kind of evaluate your competition coming in, and let's just say that the Force are going to be something to be reckoned with. And it looks like the officials are trying to get the clock going and get it adjusted because it is not moved even though we have had a kickoff. So they're going to have to wind it down, and the officials are going to tell them where to be. They got it at 14:55 for the ones watching out there on the interwebs. And make sure you hit that like button, ring that bell. Moxie Media Productions is glad to have you along. I'm Freddie Flowers, a.k.a. the voice of the Cougars for those who have heard me on Friday nights with Clay Chalkwell High School. Out here in lovely Fultondale, Alabama, it's been a beautiful day. It's a full moon. We can see that already. 5-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Force. Ball is at the 37-yard line. As the sun begins to set, on the brand new turf here at the home of the Wildcats. Lane bringing the heat, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Louis trying to find an open man but can't do it. Number 13, Keon Lassiter on the defense. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5. The pace of the contest has slowed down to open the second half. The Force basically running up tempo in the first half. They lead 32-0. 4 wide, single man in the backfield. Not necessarily in a hurry, nor do they have to be. Tufts led by number 31, Roderick McKenzie, the ball carrier. I've known Rod for a long time. He's a fun guy. Glad to see him back out there. And there's the pass. It is complete. Number 6 with the reception, that's Clack. Lane tries to strip it to no avail, and that's going to move the sticks and result in the first down for the Force. The ball is going to go to the 46-yard line. Force slowing down the pace, choosing to run it and grind it out. Here's McKenzie once again. And it looks like they're just going to pound their way. It's a 3-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Ball goes to the 50-yard line. A host of defenders from the boys bringing McKenzie down. Clock winds down near 12 minutes here in the third quarter. Louis with the pass. It falls incomplete. The intended receiver, Lipinski. So that'll bring up 3rd and 7. And trying to see what they're sorting out. Lane having some words with the Force sideline. Boys showing blitz. Louis with plenty of time, puts it up in the air. And that one is a well-defended pass. Number 14, Kendrick Davis, in the right place at the right time, defending against Clack. There's a flag on the field. And there's a holding call. Now, given the amount of time that Louis had in the vicinity of the call, you knew it was going to go against the Force. That penalty is going to be declined, and that'll bring up 4th down. So the boys with a nice defensive stop to open the second half of play. Force going to go for it. Can't say that I blame them with the lead that they have. Louis with the snap. Louis looking over to his left, has some room. And he's going to go out of bounds right at the 37-yard line, and he's going to move the sticks. So the boys looking for a pass. Louis takes off to his left and nets a fresh set of downs for the Force. Louis with the quick pass. It's too high. That falls incomplete. So that'll bring up 2nd down. Starks, the intended receiver. So we have multiple whistles on the field. The officials are going to have a discussion. Number 98 coming onto the field. And that should be Carlos Emerson. And officials talking with the head coach. All right, they restart the clock. Louis back. Quick pass. Number 17 has it. Going to move the sticks. That'll be a first down. And him and number 3 are Jaw jacking it up. Clark with the reception. Spencer upended him. Kind of hard to talk trash when you're down 32-0. And the team is having its way with you. But I can certainly appreciate the spirit. Louis with all day back there. And that pass is tipped with one hand and caught by number 12, Christian Briscoe. So the Force continuing to add to their point total. The tight end getting in on the action. Young does the player count. Trying to see if we got any math majors out there on the field. So Young back for another PAT. Doink. And he slices and dices and barely makes it over the bottom bar, but it counts the same. So it is 39-0. We're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Vegas has become one of America's fastest growing cities. Rd Animal Hospital welcomes anyone who is committed to practicing the best veterinary medicine. We hold ourselves to the highest of medical standards and remain accountable for ensuring that clients and their pets receive optimal service and care. Visit our website at annroadah.com and apply today.
You can live a pain-free life. At M3, we help you move well, live well, and do amazing things.
All right, we're back, and there's the kick. Number 4 on the return, finds some room up the seam before he's brought down by number 12. They're going to say he's down. Walton on the return. Force looking for the turnover, but they're not going to get it. And so this drive will start from the 40-yard line. Boys going to try at the very least to not come out of this with no points. And the Elite American Football League appreciates you watching as well. Thank you for watching this broadcast. Brought to you by Moxie Media Group. Hit that bell and press that like button. Number 14 trying to find some room. And number 9, I'm telling you, for a big man, he just gets everywhere. There's a flag. And that pass is caught by Spencer, number 3. is going to be brought down by Elam. There is a flag on the play. So we'll have to see what that is. And it's coming back. No doubt about it. And there's holding. The way Davis had to run around back there, there is no surprise on that call. And so with it being a spot foul, and I'll be honest with you, at the rate it's been going for the Bama boys, with the penalties and the loss of yardage, I hate to say it, but I'd have a shorter ride to Boston to get baked beans at this point, as long as they found themselves having to just get a first down. Mistakes have been costly. And it's not for trying. That's not it. But when you get down, when you start finding yourself down, more than 2 scores, mentally it wears on you if you can't find the answer to kind of get it figured out. And there's a flag on the field, and it's a false start. So you can add 5 to that. And there's going to be 1st and 30 for the Bama boys. And that is unreal. It has just completely fallen apart. Low snap, and they are just getting smothered at this point. And it looks like number 9 is finally going to get to come off the field. Get that man a ham. Matter of fact, I might buy Robertson one myself. I would say that is the story of the game, is the line play, the defensive front and the offensive line. And there's big 0-0 with the sack inside the 5. And the thing with the Force is they've got big men that can move. And that in itself, it's one thing to have big men, but big men that can move just makes your team very, very dangerous. And that is Brooks. Malcolm Brooks is just athletic. Watching him, so we're about 3 minutes left in the third quarter. We have gone to a hot clock, folks. So now some people say, why would you do that? Well, one, you can clearly see what's happening, so that doesn't need to be explained. But above all else, it's about the safety of the players. Because, while you might take the L, it's better to live to fight another day, and no need to extend the contest and risk further injury by trying to stretch things out or making things more complicated than they need to be. And that pass falls incomplete. Number 21, Rashad Clark, was the only one in the area, and that's going to bring up 4th down. And just to give you some perspective, we're talking 4th and 45. It is 4th down and 45 yards for the boys. So no doubt they're going to try to punt. But here's where it is dangerous. There is not a lot of room for error when you're punting this deep in your own territory. And number 9, Robertson, is lurking about the neighborhood. So we're going to see what happens when Davis tries to get it off. And number 71 flushes him out. How about that? And Davis will get it to the 30. But Michael Stewart, just give that big man some credit. He got back there and got after it. I didn't see that one coming. Well, like I said, you know, when you got a championship team, you've got talent all over the place. Welcome to the new league. Like I said, the story today is the big men, fast and athletic. But I guarantee you every game they play is not going to be like this. So we'll be keeping a watch on the force as the season matriculates along in the Elite American Football League. Number 24 with some nice footwork before he's brought down by number 7. Ty Duncan with some nice work before he's brought down by Jalen Page. There's a quick release. Number 4 has it. Number 4 is going to sail off into the end zone. So Louis with the grab. It is 45-0 pending the PAT as we end the third quarter. So they're going to get that PAT off first before we get into the quarter. So let's see what happens on the extra point attempt. Young back for another PAT. They got to get another man on the field. Number 59, Big Jones. Bad snap. And they put it up and managed to get 2 points out of it. My goodness. They ended up getting 2 out of that. Well, that's why you put somebody back there that can throw. And Thomas Sims snatches one. So it is 47-0 as we prepare to go to the third quarter. We're going to go to commercial and we'll be right back. All right, we're entering the fourth quarter of play. And, well, what can I say? I'm trying to find some words to use, but I need to call on my good friend Webster to see if I can come up with any. I mean, total domination. And one of the things you got to keep in mind, you know, when you look at a team like the Force, who has won these championships over time, and, you know, while they're getting ready and they're getting, you know, play set on the field, let's talk a little bit about the Force. Like I said, they were 14-1 last year. They won the championship of the league they moved from, coming to the Elite American Football League. And EAFL, they were the championship winners, going 13-1. They were 1-0 in the Sunshine 3A National Bowl. In 2024, now they are here in the Elite American Football League, and they are currently 3-0, 1-0 in the Sunshine Dirty Bowl. So they're looking to get their 40th win as an organization today. But if they go undefeated this season, they will get their 50th. So there's plenty of motivation for them in their new home, if you will, to try to show what they're truly capable of. Now, they got in a slugfest in Atlanta, so they know the ride's not going to be easy all the way the rest of the season. With that being said, the Bama boys have historically been a tough nut to crack. What you see on the scoreboard is not something you would expect out of the Bama boys. So I will tell you this. If you're looking at this and you're thinking, well, that's who they are, you're sadly mistaken. You know, everybody's entitled to have a bad day, and this just happens to be one for them. Let's just be honest. But that does not define the character of those men down on the field. So we've had the kickoff. The boys starting this drive. Looks to be from the 39-yard line. Slow exchange, number 23, the ball carrier, and there's a sea of powder blue on that stop. Number 33, Trey Hayes, coming up from the bottom of the pile, showing sportsmanship, helping the ball carrier back up. Loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 38-yard line. We are in a hot clock situation, so it will continue to run. Number 14 is going to keep it himself, but once again, the Force is just all over the place. Davis trying to make something happen. And credit to the Bama boys. Remember that comment I made earlier about the guys having their hands on their hips? You didn't see a bunch of that out of the Bama boys. It's just now starting to show as you get to the fourth quarter, which is to be expected. So credit to them. That's an indication of solid training, that the players are taking care of themselves. And I want to remind all of our fans out there, or so-called detractors, if you will, and some of them, that talks about the leagues. These guys are playing with heart. And they're playing a game that they love. They're playing the game of football. So let's just show them some support. Let's show the league some support. And that pass is intercepted. Number 28 coming away, and that's Ant Mitchell. Getting the gift out of the sky. But as I was saying earlier, let's give these guys credit. They have to work hard, train hard, and play hard. And they're working just as hard as anybody else. So let's make sure we applaud these guys. because the Forest appreciates you. The Bama boys appreciate you. Moxie Media appreciates you. So make sure you hit that like and that thumbs up as we're broadcasting here from Fultondale High School on a beautiful evening. Perfect weather. And the Elite American Football League, above all else, appreciates you watching. And I would hope that, I'd get a chance to go down there and talk to some of those big boys. I got some questions for them. So if the opportunity presents itself, we'd certainly like to do that. Speaking of big boys, there's number 3. And, I probably got more questions than answers, because a man that big with that kind of burst and that kind of speed is scary. So the sticks move. They're at the 47. There's the pass, and there he goes. He's got enough room over to his right. And that is number 5 with the reception, and that is Starks. So that continues to move the sticks. The Forest putting another drive together. That ball is going to get to the 36-yard line. Number 14 with the pass. That one is going to get caught. Number 4 and number 7 on the stop. That is number 11, Lipinski. Walton and Page with the tackle. Have an injured player on the field. And looks like they very well could be cramping. The weather's starting to warm up, and, you got to stay hydrated. Number 2, Kez Johnson, stretching him out. That is number 4, Dwayne Walton for the boys. And he's able to walk off under his own power. He might have just been a little tight. Coming out onto the field for the boys, number 58, Andrew Siegworth. The Force puts it in the air once again. And that is another touchdown for the Force. So there's that. So and that is another touchdown. Calhoun with the pass. And number 5 starts with the reception. Now, due to an error on special teams, it was a low snap, a bit mishandled. Clark was able to make lemonade out of the lemons, and they came away with 2. So we're looking for the regular old PAT here. And there's a whistle. Now the kick is good. And it's offsides. That was going to be declined, so they're going to take the point. And it is 54-0. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back as we begin to wind down this contest.
You can live a pain-free life At M3, we help you move well, live well, and do amazing things.
All right, we're back. We're under 6 minutes remaining in the contest. It is 54-0. Hot clock in place. Here's the kick. That one being returned by number 23. Number 24 upends him. Ty Duncan with the stop. Rashard Harley on the return. And you guys can probably hear the audio, some of the players screaming and having a good time over there on the Forces side. Not a surprise there. So we've got a timeout. .455 remaining in the game. We hope you have had a good time in the Elite American Football League. Hopes you've had a good time. We here at Moxie Media Productions appreciate you watching. Make sure to hit that like button. Ring that bell. You're going to see a lot of us this season, and we hope you tag along. And, we're having a lot of fun out here. Hopefully we'll have games with just as great weather. Although I have to admit, sometimes when it does rain, it can be fun. Of course, I'm on the inside. Our production team does not want to deal with bad weather. But you tend to see some funny things when that happens. So all that being said, we appreciate your patronage because you, the fans, are what makes us who we are. All right, so we come out of the timeout. The ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. And the Forces just showing a sellout blitz. Number 2 with the reception, trying to find a little room to his right. He's going to get across the 50 before he's brought down by a number of Force defenders. A little bit of tough sledding right there for number 2, Kez Johnson. But it's a solid gain on the play. Pretty much about a 2nd and 3. Ball was at the 49-yard line. So a bit of a high snap. Lane able to get back on top of it. Loss of yardage on the play. Will bring up 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Bama boys. We're at about 2.5 remaining in the contest. Number 32 coming off, he's a little upset. Number 4 trying to find some room, but as usual, the Force is coming with pressure. And he's going to be brought down about the 41-yard line. So once again, we're talking about loss of yardage on the play. And I would not want to see the stat sheet for this one. You know, this kind of reminds me, and, you know, you got to try to find the humor in this somewhere, but, you know, my kids, when they were younger, they watched this movie called Matilda, and there was a guy that sold used cars, and he would take a drill and he would hook it up to the odometer so he could wind the odometer backwards. And that seems to be what has happened, you know, to the Bama boys tonight, is it just keeps going backwards. You know, even though they managed to go forward a couple of times, but they have not been able to get anything going at all. So there's the pass. It's a high pass, and it bounces and is picked off by the force. Number 14 has it in his hands. No one in front of him. And that is going to be a pick six. And I believe that, yep, that is Bird, I believe. There's a flag on the play. It's probably going to be excessive celebration, so there's maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct. Yep. So the score will count. It'll be assessed on the kickoff. And I said, when it rains, it pours. And it has certainly poured today. So we got two 14s. I'm telling you, it's the slimmer of the two that did the dirty work. You see him down there. Yep, and it is Bird. I was right. I'm going to have a talk with the coaches and say, look, guys, they pick a number for a jersey, give them one. And if it's taken, it's taken. Make life easy for me. Okay, so they assessed this one on the PAT. I thought they would assess it on the kickoff. And that'll do it. That's the end of the game, folks. 60-0. As the Force come away with the victory. Well, I don't know what to make of this one, but what I can tell you is this. The Force looks like they're right at home in their new league, period. More of the same that they have been over the last few years. I mean, the Force, it looks like they're going to dominate. It's nothing against the Bama boys. The Force just are who they are. When we saw the Bama boys come out, we knew that they did not have the roster size to match the Force. And the Force were constantly, you know, interchanging players, swapping players in and out, mixing it up, going up tempo. And there was nothing that the Bama boys could do about it. The other thing is this, is that there were a ton of mistakes, tons of mistakes that cost the Bama boys when they had opportunities, when they would get large gains or find ways to move the ball down the field. That is something that can be fixed as the season goes along. So like I said earlier, nothing against the Bama boys. These boys are playing hard and they're trying hard and they're putting in the work. It's interesting to see where the Force is going to go. They were in a defensive slog against Atlanta, and they're going to see them at the end of the season. And I have a sneaky feeling that the playoffs are going to be interesting too. But with all that said, you know, we're getting ready to get out of here. We've had a great night. Hit that like button, hit that bell. We appreciate you. The Elite American Football League appreciates you. And Moxie Media Productions appreciate you. I'm Freddie Flowers, a.k.a. the voice of the Cougars. Thank you and have a good night.